JS Leaning Station. Please hit that subscribe button and like and share the video. Please enjoy the video. Coral reef species. Staghorn Coral. Staghorn Coral forms antler-like branches growing in tangled dense thickets. The surface is covered with small, protruding round cups. It is brown to yellow-brown with a pale tip on the end of each branch. The tips are quite delicate and easily broken. Found 10 to 160 feet, 3 to 49 m, below the surface in protected clear water, colonies cover large areas of the reef. The Staghorn Coral is listed as a candidate species for the Endangered Species Act of 1973 due to its recent decrease in range. Elkhorn Coral. The branches of the Elkhorn Coral are flat and broad, resembling the antlers of elk or moose. The surface is covered with small, protruding round cups. It is brown or yellow-brown with white corallines along the edges, appearing as a white outline. Colonies cover acres of shallow reef bottom, just below the low tide line. Carnation Coral. The Carnation Coral thrives in areas with strong current, and usually grow on walls or underneath rocky overhangs. When the current is running, these corals expand and bloom to feed, but when there is no current, they droop down. Their branch-like stems are pearly white, while their carnation flower-shaped heads come in a range of vibrant shades of pink, red, orange and yellow, making them one of the most eye-catching and photogenic types of coral reef species. Boulder Star Coral. Boulder star corals grow in clusters of thick columns or large boulders up to 5 feet, 1.5 meters, in diameter. Living polyps are restricted to the upper portions of the column. The lower portions are usually bioeroded and colonized by algae. This coral commonly occurs at depths between 20 to 75 feet, 6.1 to 22.9 meters, although they can survive to depths of 160 feet, 48.8 meters. Bubble Coral. Bubble coral, or Pleurogyra sinuosa, are one of the most intriguing types of coral reef species. Usually found in sheltered areas at depths of 3 to 35 meters, the bubble coral is often mistaken for fish eggs. During the day, these white/skin-colored polyps resemble bubbles or even a bunch of grapes, but at night the little balloons deflate, allowing for their tentacles to protract and hunt for food. Bubble corals can be found in coral reef locations such as the Red Sea and Indian Ocean to the mid-Pacific. Leaf Coral. Leaf corals grow upwards in an unusual conical shape, and their giant ruffled edges make them look like big cabbages. They are most commonly found in muted colors such as yellow, green, and brown. The leaf coral offers a sheltered habitat for a wide variety of marine life, as reef fish use their large plate-like structures to hide away from predators. Great Star Coral. Great star coral colonies form massive boulders and domes over 5 feet, 1.5 meters, in diameter in waters of shallow and moderate depths. In deeper waters, this coral has been observed growing as a plate formation. It is found throughout most reef environments, and is the predominant coral at depths of 40 to 100 feet, 12.2 to 30.5 meters. Large polyps cover the surface of each colony, giving it a green, brown or yellow-brown coloration. Venus sea fan coral. One of the most elegant types of coral reef species is the Venus sea fan. Found predominantly in the Bahamas and the West Indies, this beautiful soft coral is made up of an intricate network of branchlets which grow from a small base. The Venus sea fan coral comes in shades of off-white, yellow and lavender. Their preferred habitat is shallow waters with strong waves at a maximum depth of 10 meters, making them a coral reef species that can be enjoyed by both snorkelers and divers alike. Lettuce Coral. Lettuce coral colonies take on 4 different forms: hemispherical or encrusting, thick flat leaf-like plates with valleys and ridges, thick leaf-like flat plates without valleys and ridges, and lobes. Cups are located on both the upper and undersides of each colony. All forms are tan to yellow-brown, gray-brown, or brown with purplish tinges. This coral is found in most reef habitats, from mangrove areas and back reefs all the way out to the outer reef and wall. Grooved grain coral. Forming round boulders, colonies have deep interconnected valleys that contain polyps along with broad ridges that have wide, trough-like grooves running down the middle. The grooved brain coral appears tan, yellow-brown, or brownish-gray. Commonly inhabiting the seaward slope of the reef, it ranges from 15 to 50 feet, 4.6 to 15.2 meters, in depth. Ivory bush coral. Dense branches growing in clumps are characteristic of the diffuse ivory bush coral. The short branches are crooked with raised corallines. It appears yellow-brown, commonly encrusted with other organisms resulting in a varied color appearance. The diffuse ivory bush coral thrives in areas of high sedimentation including hard bottoms, lagoons, and back reef areas to depths of 40 feet, 12.2 meters. Mustard hill coral. Forming rounded heads and domes in deeper waters, this coral occurs only in the encrusting form in shallow high-water energy environments. The bright yellow or yellow-green surface appears lumpy and porous due to the closely set corallines. The polyps give the colony a soft, fuzzy appearance when extended. The mustard hill coral is common throughout all areas of the reef to depths of 160 feet, 48.8 meters. Clubbed finger coral.
Inhabiting most areas of the reef to depths of 160 feet, 48.8 meters, the finger coral has clumps of smooth, short branches with swollen ends. The clubbed finger coral is beige, yellow-brown, brown, or gray with a purple tint in coloration. It is commonly found at the back reef, although much larger specimens may be found on the fore-reef zone.
Massive starlet coral. Forming rounded heads or boulders up to 4 feet, 1.2 meters, or more in diameter, the surface of the massive starlet coral is covered with round, pitted corallites. These light gray to golden brown uniformly colored corals inhabit shallow to moderate reefs at depths ranging from 25 to 45 feet, 7.6 to 13.7 meters. The massive starlet coral prefers clear water and lives in protected areas of shallow reefs. Sea whip coral. The svelte whip-like branches of the sea whip coral come in a range of eye-catching colors including red, orange, yellow and purple. This coral reef species are usually found in deeper waters, living on walls and rocks, growing up to 3 feet. If you are a keen macro spotter, look out for the minuscule whip coral shrimp, which reside on the branches of this coral reef species. Sun coral. Sun corals, or Tubestia, thrive in coral reef locations across the Red Sea, Indo-Pacific, Western Indian Ocean and the Southern Pacific. They usually live underneath dark overhangs and inside caves where there are nutrient-rich waters and strong currents. During feeding, the tentacles of this coral will extend from their tubular base and fully open, ready to receive plankton. These cheerful organisms can be found in an array of bright colors ranging from shades of yellow, orange, red and pink. Fox coral. Fox corals, also known as jasmine coral or Nemenzophilia, are one of the most attractive coral reef species. These ruffled polyps range in color, from light pink through to greeny-blue hues. Although they are not classed as a species under threat, the fox coral is still relatively rare in the wild and usually reside in coral reefs around the Indo-West Pacific from the Philippines to Papua New Guinea. You will find fox corals living on sheltered coral reefs and underneath rocky overhangs for protection. Organ pipe coral. The organ pipe coral, or Tubipra musica, is a species that is perhaps better appreciated in person. Although this coral reef species is classed as a soft coral, they have a hard skeleton which houses each individual soft tube. Every one of these tubes has a feathery head of tentacles, which are used to feed on plankton. Watch in awe as these mesmerizing tentacles open and close in unison. Organ pipe corals are found in shallow waters, and prefer sheltered areas. They live in the tropical waters of coral reefs in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Vase coral. Vase coral is a common sight in aquariums because it tends to tolerate captivity quite well. In fact, while it has multiple polyps, like all other corals, vase coral has a symbiotic relationship with zooxanthellae, which are single-celled dinoflagellates that perform photosynthesis. So, when given enough sunlight, most vase coral can survive off the zooxanthellae's photosynthesis alone. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video.